Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, Felicia. And guess what we're doing? We are going to keep going because guess what? There is so much on the other side when you keep going. I know. A lot of times it feels like, you know what? If it almost feels like you're never going to get there. You're never going to reach your goals. You're never going to get to the point where you're going to be happy again. But guess what? As long as you keep going, we talked about in another video, keeping your eye on the prize. That is exactly what we have to do. We have to be so laser focused that it's almost like we're in this delusional state because we're laser focused on what the goal is. And the goal is getting back to ourselves. Do you know how much of the world opens up when you get back to yourself? When you get back to being kind to yourself, when you get back to loving yourself, when you get back to being gentle with yourself, giving yourself grace, allowing yourself to bounce back from mistakes and not hold it over your own head. We focus on what other people think when it comes to, our path. And, there's that whole thing about pride. There's this whole thing about shame. There's just a lot of things that are encompassed when it comes to bouncing back. Because again, on this channel, we are recreating life at any age and at any stage. And I can definitely say that at 54, I've had my bout with pride and shame and, feeling like a failure at 50 something because maybe I didn't achieve certain things at a certain time, and then what maybe that looked like to other people or what have you. But I had to really shake myself off, sit myself down, and give myself a real stern talking to. And I said, self, it's time for us to get back together. It's time for us to get back together. So basically, that's what I'm saying to you. It's time to reconnect with you. It's time to reconnect with your inner vibe, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Get back to feeling good about who and what you are, where you're going. Even on the days where it's tough, there's still going to be days where you don't feel like getting up, you don't feel like getting dressed, you don't feel like going to work, you don't feel like doing the perfunctory things that are required throughout your day. You're gonna feel that way at times, but it's okay. You can tell yourself, it's okay for me to feel the way I'm feeling right now, but I'm going to keep going. Not only am I going to keep going, I'm going to push through to the other side of this thing. Because guess what? You're closer to it than you are from it. And a lot of times we don't know how close we are to our breakthroughs or being back in the saddle again. We don't realize how close we are, right? We'll get so super close and then we'll just fold. We'll get right up on that breakthrough. We'll get right up on the cusp of having that new, beautiful life. We'll be right on the cusp of having everything that it is that we want. And then we'll fold. That's not what we're doing anymore. We're going full throttle. We are going full throttle. You're going to keep going. You're going to get back to yourself, get back to your energy. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? And we've talked about that in some other videos. Sometimes we got to detach. We've got to detach. We've got to be unapologetic when it comes to reclaiming ourselves, our time. We've got to make sure that we're loving ourselves. We are loving ourselves in our full essence of who we are. We got to take the good with the bad. We've got to take the not so perfect with the what we think is, not necessarily perfect. I know y'all can hear this guy cutting grass. I'm sorry. He's cutting grass and he is spraying grass all up on my car. But anyway, yeah. Even that, it's like, hey, it's still going to be a beautiful day, because when you fully get back to yourself, you just don't allow things to rattle you the way that it used to. You can now see the light at the end of the tunnel. And guess what? When you get back to yourself and back to your own energy, I'm sorry about this glare, y'all. When you get back to yourself and back to your own energy, you realize that you are the light. You realize that you are the light. And that right there, is such a revelation. When you realize the light that you carry, that in itself is such a revelation. My face so shiny. It's almost like you like, man, have I been fumbling on myself this entire time? I've got all of this light. I've got all of this amazing stuff inside of me that I have been discounting because I've been so focused on out here. A, what people think. B, how people feel. C, how people are going to receive what I do. D, how I'm going to present myself again to out here, as opposed to just really answering the question, how do I want to present myself? How do I want to live? How do I want to wake up every day and, announce myself to the world? And when I say announce myself to the world, I'm talking about just getting up, feeling grateful, feeling good about ourselves, embracing the day, taking on whatever challenges come along with the day, conquering those challenges, and feeling amazing about that. That is what I mean by presenting ourselves to the world. I don't mean like you're getting up and you're making this big announcement and you just getting on the gram or getting on Facebook or getting on even YouTube, showing off for the world. I really mean just how are we showing up for ourselves and what we have going on? Because when we're, and I'm so sorry about this glare, but when we're getting up every day and you're not feeling it, you're not happy, you're not happy, that comes through. Not only does that come through, it actually becomes the majority of your existence. Like literally you start to take on that persona of a person who is not happy. And before you know it, things begin to compound, and it's like every time you turn around, something is happening that contributes to that unhappiness, as opposed to the opposite way. When we really start getting up and embracing who we are every single day, now we're able to exponentially grow our happiness. We're able to exponentially grow our glow up. We're able to exponentially grow just a beautiful, authentic tribe and a beautiful, authentic existence for ourselves. Because that's really what we want, right? A beautiful, authentic existence for ourselves. We don't want to get up and perform every day. We don't want to get up and pretend that we're happy. We don't want to get up and pretend that, we're excited about the day and excited about life. We actually want that to be true. We want that to be true. And in order for that to be true, we've got to start, really tapping in to who and what we are, detaching from some things that don't serve us anymore. We've got to stop performing for people. We've got to stop focusing on other people's expectations. We've got to be gentle with ourselves. We've got to be kind to ourselves. We got to give ourselves grace, and we've got to keep pushing forward. We cannot get this close this close, this close. We cannot keep getting this close to that breakthrough and then folding, right? So it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful time to realize who and what you... I'm sorry, y'all. I got a call in the middle of that, but I'm recording on my phone, obviously. But yeah, we've got to really align with what we know. What we know is going to get us there. And there's no more giving up. There's no more giving up. There's no more getting this close and folding. There's no more putting ourselves last. And I cannot emphasize that enough. And I know I say that in almost every video. And, you know, real soon we're going to do a story time that's going to explain all of it. But in the meantime, just know, this big, beautiful life that we have is ours. It's ours for the taking. So let's get out here and get it. I love you guys. Got to go. Have an amazing Friday. Have an amazing Friday.